Right, so it's early spring. An absolutely beautiful day. Just see the sun going down through the trees. The dog's out for a run. And I thought I'd come down to the tunnel. Plants are starting to show signs of growth, and what I started to do was divide all the Trachycarpus Fortunei that were in the pots over the winter. So there was like some pots had 3, some pots have 4 or 5, and they're absolutely bone dry, powder dry. So I think now is as good a time as any to get them out of that dry compost, get them into fresh compost and give them a really good soak. And over the next couple of weeks these palms should, hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to settle in and they're not going to die back. It might knock them back this season, but if I can just get their roots to develop again in the compost this season, and later on in the autumn get them planted, that'll be excellent. So I'm going to show you the roots of these anyway. So in my ignorance I thought these were multi-stemmed, and they're not, because you can't get multi-stemmed. They look multi-stemmed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this pot. And the dogs have been helping me out. These are obviously older plants. I took this bunch out and they're set like concrete. It's unbelievable. If you do buy a pot with multi-stems, and it's springtime or summertime, separate them. Don't leave them in it unless you want to grow them like this. Take them out, separate them, get them into some. This is the compost I use, the farm manure compost, and just get them into individual pots. And that's what you end up with. That's what I'm ending up with anyway. Loads of fibrous, bone dry compost. They are completely meshed. They're completely wrapped up in each other, and you just have to separate them out and get them potted up and watered. I think, yeah, because they're going into the new compost, and I suppose they're going to be thirsty now coming into the spring, and they're going to look for moisture and stuff to get a good drink, and now's the time to might as well do it. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm actually going to blend up the old compost, the old dry compost, with the new stuff. Max, you're stomping on everything. And because I'm down to my last bag here, I'm going to probably need it. Right, so I have them all potted up. Take some water. Give them a good soak, because they've been absolutely bone dry. And Trachycarpus Fortunei, they're like a good, they're very hardy. They're like a good soak. I'm going to let them drain out here for a few hours and then move them back into the tunnel. Max is getting involved in everything as usual, and I do. Max is there, and Nina, they're sticking their heads in. Come on, go on. So we'll see, do a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I've 19 Trachycarpus Fortunei here. There's more on the ground and in the chicken pen. They have to be done as well. I'm going to give you a look at this one in here. Just, I took it out there. I'm going to have some job trying to separate that. I could use a hose and blast it, but I don't have the compost for all of these, so that can be done at a different date. Alright, that's back in there. So when the pot's out there draining for a few hours, I'll bring them back in here. I think there's another cold blast coming towards Ireland. Hopefully we'll miss it, we'll dodge it. Another couple of weeks we're getting all these in the ground. That's the Charlie boy that's after coming back. That didn't do well in the bed opposite the tunnel there. I put it in the ground and it just died. They really like it dry. They're not like the Australis. They're very soft, the Charlie boy. Come on, Max. Hell, Max, he's with me everywhere. Yeah, not bad. 19. Looking forward to getting these in the ground. So we'll be putting a few in here. I was only thinking about on this pathway down here that goes down along there. There are some eucalyptus and some small, very small trees gone in there, but I might stick 1 or 2 Scots pines to give height over the bamboos that are going down that pathway there. So there'll be a balance with the pines on the left side of the field, across here. I'll be putting some of the Mediterranean, 1 or 2, I'm not too sure of the Mediterranean in here and here. And I have a big pine in there. So there'll be a much better balance of the Scots pines and other pines.